All right, Shalom. All right, this is Gamal Yala.
And Brother Kasab.
All right, and we would like to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. All right, we're out of GMS Atlanta camp. All right, giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to all the Akim that are pushing out this truth and sincerity. All right, this topic that we're getting ready to go into is basically having hands-on experience with the truth. All right, just like in school, when you learn everything by the book, or even when you learn how to drive, all right, it's nothing like when you actually have to get on the road and drive by yourself. All right, so that's what's getting ready to happen. Is our faith is going to be tested to the absolute max, to the absolute maximum. All right, so we have to have hands-on experience. It's not just about us reading and knowledge. It's not just about the knowledge and knowing things.
Right.
It comes with a great amount of faith as well. You have something you want to start with? If not, I got something.
Yeah, I got. This is Romans chapter 5, verse 3. It says, "And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also." Right, and then tribulations is certain things that we go through, obstacles, like certain experiences we go through. For instance, like the brother was just saying, it's not just about knowing the scriptures; it's also knowing about what you've been through. All right, because you might be able to take what you've gone through and pass that down to a younger brother, and he might learn from it.
That's right.
All right, so it's not just about like the brother just said. It's not just about knowing; it's also about doing as well. All right. It says, knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. All right. So with everything that we go through, that's kind of like you got a resume. You put all of your
your expert,
everything that you might be good at doing this, or you might be good on the computer. You just building up a case for yourself in that resume. That's basically how we're operating.
That's right. Oh,
no, that was it.
Oh, okay. James 1 and 2. Actually, let me start at 4. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. All right. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Okay. So it says, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. So, you're going to be tried. Okay. You're going to be put to the test. Okay. And, like I said, it's not just about knowing the scriptures. The application is key. You have to be able to apply these things to your own everyday life and adjust your life to what the scriptures is saying. All right, to what the Lord is telling us to do. Okay, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. All right, but let patience have her perfect work. So, and that's another thing is to, just flow through the Spirit and be patient. All right, you don't have to rush things. Okay, because right now, through the Lord trying our faith and through the Lord, throwing these tests at us. Okay, we're constantly learning and we're training. Okay, we're training. For when we don't have. We're training for the day of the Lord. Really. All right. But let patience have a perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So, that's what we're striving for, is perfection, to be perfect and entire and wanting nothing. All right. So, application, all right, is key.
I can say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're getting this experience. How are we going to judge the world? How are we going to be judges of the world if we don't know all aspects of the world? All right. So how do we know how to judge right and wrong if we can't get that right in the flesh. How are we supposed to do that through the spirit when we finally get to the kingdom?
That's right. Yeah.
Right? How can we judge a situation when we've never experienced wickedness?
Con.
You know what I'm saying? So the Lord, matter of fact, I got a
Con. Yeah. Yeah.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 5 says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity." All right, so that goes along with what the brother just read in James chapter 1. We talk about how tribulation worketh patience. All right, and if we don't go through certain things, and how can we be, how can we be an all around person, or in the spirit? You know what I'm saying? How can you say that you're going to be a judge in the kingdom when you've been through nothing? You know what I mean? So we have to go through these things in order to better ourselves, to be more wise in the scriptures, to be more wise, just like how King Solomon was.
Mm-hmm. All right. Con. I got something. It's John 16:5. But now I go my way unto him that sent me. All right, so YAHAWASHI was getting ready to go back. He knew that he was getting ready to go back to the Father. And he said, and none of you asketh me, whither goest thou? But because I have said these things unto you, sorrow hath filled your heart. Okay? Nevertheless, I tell you the truth. It is expedient, which means it's an advantage. It's expedient for you that I go away. For if I go not away, the Comforter will not come unto you. But if I depart, I will send him unto you. All right. So that Comforter, all right, that's the Holy Spirit. That's the Spirit that the Lord has given the elect. All right, in these days, and that's the Spirit that the Lord gave the apostles and the disciples. During this time, and YAHAWASHI knew that he was going to go away. So they were they had the comfort. They had the confidence of YAHAWASHI being with them the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but guess what? YAHAWASHI, he basically said, look, your training is over. Mm-hmm. Your training period is over. You dealt with me, and you saw, now it's time for me to depart. All right, and I'm gonna give you my Spirit, so that you apply these things and be hands on. Okay, mm-hmm. All right, because like I said, they were with YAHAWASHI the entire time. So this was their time to once YAHAWASHI left them, this was their time to actually apply and be tested. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're not always gonna have the comfort of having the internet and being able to pull up videos and the mechanics of this thing is gonna completely change. All right. So we have to constantly make sure we're training ourselves properly, so that when we are put out there, like just like a survivalist. All right, you can learn all the survivalist tactics and learn how to start a fire and all that stuff, but if you ain't really applying it and you just get out in them woods and you panic, mm-hmm. That's your ass. You can't panic. So you have to be able to learn these things and also learn how to stay grounded in the Spirit and be patient. Okay, allow the Lord to reveal things to you through the Spirit. Okay, got some.
This is 2 Peter chapter 1 verse. I'm gonna start at 5. It says, "And besides this, given all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and virtue knowledge, and to knowledge temperance, and to temperance patience, and to patience godliness. All right.
See? Mm-hmm.
And we keep coming up to this word patience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna link this word up to experience, just like that's the topic of the lesson.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it says a particular instance of personally encountering or undergoing something. All right, the process or fact of personally observing, encountering, or undergoing something. All right, so it's basically just going through, and you've been through that process, so now you know how to address it.
Right.
So now I'm gonna jump down to some synonyms. All right, it says to encounter, to know, to endure, to suffer. Now you know that word endure, you can link that word back to patience. All right, it says experience, undergo, to encounter situations. Well, that's basically the point, was that we keep coming across these particular words, and they all have the same meaning. All right.
Yeah, and it it works together. It all flows together. All right, and really, really that word, just like the brother said, that word experience is synonymous with the word patience. So a part of our walk is patience, and allowing the Spirit to basically let us grow organically. Not trying to rush it, not trying to rush things, and try to outdo yourself. Yeah, force the Spirit, and try to outdo yourself, because what happens when you do that? All right, it's just like in Esau's school system. What happens when you try to cram a test? You try to cram all the information, in your knowledge, in your brain, okay? And guess what? You're gonna wind up failing the test,
right?
Because you didn't pace yourself. You didn't you didn't take time out every day to grow and study these things, naturally. And now you're trying to cram, the night before the test, because we at the end. We really just the night before the test.
Right.
This the night before the big test. So we can't, now isn't the time to be trying to cram everything, and we have to really keep what we have, keep the knowledge that we have, and apply all the knowledge that we have. Not saying don't gain new knowledge, but everything has to be done through the Spirit. Everything has to go, according to the Most High's course that He set for you. Okay. You could bring out a precept. I got one too. This is Romans 8:18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So, the things that we go through, these tests, all right, the Lord, basically refining us, and we catching this hell in Babylon, and constantly being tested. It's not going to be in vain, man. Okay, all the laborings that we're doing, okay, Lord willing, we continue, we're going to be rewarded for that. Okay? All right, so, everything has to basically flow. Okay, you got to make sure that you're doing what you need to be doing, all right, in these last days. You bring out what you...
All right, this is... Second Esdras, chapter 7, verse 12. It says, then were the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils, and very painful. It says, I'm reading. You want to break it down?
Go on.
It says, then were the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail.
Yep. So this world is basically just sorrow and travail. Go ahead.
All right. It says, they are but few and evil, full of perils, and very painful.
Very painful. That's basically the trial period is painful. Go ahead.
It says, "For the entrances of the elder world were wide and short, and brought immortal fruit."
Yep.
All right. Verse 14. This is the point. It says, "If then they that live labor not to enter into these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them."
Yep. So if you don't labor, if you don't lay the groundwork and you don't do these things that the Lord commanded us to do, all right, then you're not gonna inherit the treasures that the Lord has provided, that the Lord has promised us. Read that last precept.
It says, "If they that labor not to enter these straight and vain things."
All right, and straight means position of difficulty.
Okay.
All right, so if you labor not to go through things and be tested, then what?
It says, "They can never receive those that are laid up for them."
They can never receive those that are laid up for them. Okay,
that's the kingdom.
That's the kingdom right there.
Okay.
See. So these are things that we must go through. All right, we have to be trained. We have to just like before you start a job, okay, you have to know how the company works.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know first of all, you got to know what the company is. You got to know the ins and outs before you just jump out and start working.
Right.
Okay, otherwise, if you ain't trained properly, then you're gonna get fired from the job.
You're gonna get exposed too.
You're gonna get exposed because everyone gonna be looking at you like, yo, what the hell are you doing? You know.
I had a guy like that at work.
Mm-hmm.
He before I had got there, he was in there telling everybody, "Oh, I know how to do this and I can do that."
Proud.
Man, I get in there. I took the man's job in like 2 days.
Yep.
They was wanting me. They wanted him out the door because he didn't know what the hell he was doing.
Yep.
He didn't have no experience.
Yep.
All right.
See, and so that just goes to show you, man, you ain't gonna stay. You ain't gonna stay long. If you're basically not seasoned.
Come.
You're not seasoned properly. You gotta be seasoned. You gotta be well trained in the spirit. Not just like I said, not just knowing precepts and knowing things. You gotta, a lot of guys, before they get in the camp, we got one guy that comes to our camp now. All right, and he knows a lot. He always got something to say. He knows a hell of a lot of stuff, and but as far as the spirit goes, he's and then he tries to boast his knowledge, like, yeah, I know this and know this and know that, and he's trying to rush himself. He's trying to basically get down with the camp.
Yeah.
But the spirit ain't, his spirit's not. He's spiritually immature. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So like I said, it ain't about knowledge. Okay.
Yeah.
It's more so about wisdom, because wisdom really, what do the scriptures say? It says a man that I'm just roughly paraphrasing. A man that has little words is counted wise. All right. So basically, if you don't speak a lot, okay, then you're gonna be counted wise.
Yep. Considered wise. Mm-hmm.
So
and that's a couple of brothers out there too.
Yeah.
That's real quiet, real humble.
Mm-hmm.
But you got.
And that's how you know. That's how you know that's how you know when a brother is seasoned or not. When they know a hell of a lot. Because we got brothers out there. They learning. They know a lot, but like he said, you got brothers that know a lot, but they just keep quiet.
Okay.
And what does that mean? That means their spirits are mature.
Yep.
and they're soaking in the wisdom. They're not just trying to show us what you know. It ain't just about showing. And we're the same way, to the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's mirrored with the Lord, because we have to be accepted by the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't just about us, we're not doing this just so we can show the Lord, yeah, I know this and I know that, I know all this. No, we ain't trying to show the Lord that, man. It's about, applying what you know, being able to handle and deal with what's on your plate. Just like when your mom is feeding you or whatever, or, you got your plate, right? And what does Jake always do? They say, "Can I have more?" But they ain't finished what's on their plate.
Now you got to sit there
until it's done. Yeah, you got to sit. So you basically, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just ask for more until you finish with what you've got. Okay? I got, we can get ready to close. I got one. Okay. It's Proverbs 3:26. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. So, the Lord is our confidence, man. Okay, He is the one that's gonna give us the confidence. Just like, see, a lot of times when you get put out, when you get like after you're training on a job and you're working the job, you start working. You could have the skills, but a big thing for a lot of men is confidence, man. Just like when you first start teaching, man, that's straight confidence, man. Because just like you can know a lot of precepts, but you may not be the best teacher. But guess what? When it's time for you to step up to the plate, and teach, okay. That takes a lot of confidence, man. It takes a lot of confidence even to come from, you got people that just watch videos from behind the computer screen. I was that way. Yep. And you just learning behind the computer screen, and you haven't gone to the camp.
Hey, I'm gonna say this too.
Mm-hmm.
My personal, what happened to me personally was, I was learning from the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it got to the point where, all right, now I know what it's like on the video, but what is it like in person? And that's the Spirit brought me out there just to see, how these demons operate.
Yep.
Now I can tell you now, from experience, how my first time coming out,
mm-hmm.
it was a lot of things going on out there. I was like, damn,
mm-hmm.
These men are still out here pushing. That's how I knew that the Spirit, pretty much just led me down.
Yep, and that goes back to being hands-on, because being hands-on, because just like the brother said, you really can't feel the presence like you do in person. You can get the Spirit through the videos. You can through certain brothers speaking. You can feel the Spirit, but it's nothing like it ain't like actually being there.
You're not gonna get that adrenaline rush.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get that thought like, damn, something could happen right here. Like, what's going on? But being down there in person and getting that experience, man, it's like now, the first step was coming out to watch. The second step was now people are looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
Right now I gotta read. And now I gotta hold the camera. It's other things.
Hands on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like being a part of this truth, man. It's more than just knowing who knows the most scriptures. Right? It's how do you deal with your brother?
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with your life? How do you deal
balancing
with your woman?
things? Yeah,
how do you deal with your work? Like how do you maneuver? How do you the scriptures taught me how to? I was already in the world, right? And I could get away with certain things, but when I got into this knowledge, man, I know how to operate in the world. I know, I used to piss Esau off because I knew a lot of shit, right? And Esau didn't like me, so he would always fuck with me at the job. But now I know how to maneuver. I know based off of that experience, I know how now I can do certain things to make Esau leave me alone now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what this brother. That's the point of this video.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Moving in the Spirit and knowing how to, because our camp leader Yardan, he always says that you can make the world move around you, move around, revolve around your spirit. You can, when you're talking to someone, you can control just like you said.
Yep.
You can control where the conversation goes.
Yep.
You control where the conversation goes. Because
Mm-hmm.
we got the truth, so we always have the upper hand.
Yep.
Always got the upper hand. All right, because these demons, they'll always constantly try to fuck with you, but you having wisdom, you know when to turn off.
Mm-hmm.
You know when to filter certain things and turn off. Okay, I'm not even gonna talk about that, or I'm not even gonna we're not even gonna discuss that. Or you just don't bring up certain you just don't bring up certain things. Because even your family, man. Even your family, man. When you first wake up, you want to tell everybody and and debate everyone and tell them they going off and
Hey,
all that. Hey, man,
I'm gonna tell you, I did that too,
Yeah.
right? But now that I think about it, I would have, if I'd have known what I know now, I never would have said a word
Yep.
to anybody. I just kept it, to the highways, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know, but now I have that experience. Now I just be quiet.
Yep.
Whatever it is, what it is. So.
Yep. So it says, "Be not afraid of sudden fear." No, Salakia. 26. Proverbs 4:26. For the Lord shall be thy confidence and shall keep thy foot from being taken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when it's time for us to, when Esau is ready to roll out, okay, and it's time for everything, it's time for us to. Our training period is over, and it's time for us to drive on the highway by ourselves. All right, the Lord is gonna give us that confidence, and He's gonna keep us from being messed with. Okay, you had a closing precept, kind. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully, Lord willing, you brothers were edified, and all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, and Shalom.
Shalom.